All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be ready now, finally, with the quarterfinals. It is EnVy and Fnatic playing in a best-of-3 game here at DreamHack Inclusion of Poker. Semler, how are you doing?
Oh man, this is it. The rematch from DreamHack winner 2014, when it was a calamitous result for Fnatic. They ended up leaving the tournament. Now they get to prove themselves again, Anders, in a major, in a quarterfinal versus EnVy. This will settle it once and for all. So, on Mirage as well, with Fnatic on the T side, what do you make of their odds?
I don't know. I think it is going to be tough for the Swedish team. Now saying 2-0 for EnVy. Now we're going to get right into it. JW just charging into the bomb side, and he gets shot in the back of the head. Apex in that corner. He takes two. He's out of bullets, and he goes down. Crimson Pronex with the refracts. Pronex going to go down, and it is a 2 versus 3 now. olofmeister very low on health for Flusher. He is the master clutcher right now, and he's going to have to go huge. It's 1 versus 3, and there's no chance. He's trapped in the corner, gets shut down by Happy. Maybe Thor needed to hold on that shirt just a bit longer. It's going to be 1-0 in favor of EnVy.
Obliteration. And now, well, Kiyoshima's just dropped out of the server momentarily. He should be getting back in any second now, guys. So just a short little hiccup here. But that was just a dominant, outright dominant performance from Apex and from Happy. Kiyoshima even getting in on a little bit. But that pistol round right there, that is definitely not how it was supposed to go for Fnatic.
No, I think Apex, he saved them. Happy got the double kill as well, but Apex, otherwise, there would have been a bomb down. It would have been Fnatic all over the place. We've got a point now. We didn't get a chance to talk about it really because they just sort of charged in there, but it's a very unorthodox way to run a pistol round on Mirage. Nobody goes, 5 people out of apps like that. That's a crazy idea. But you could tell that EnVy did not have any, or they had one person coming out of slope, but, EnVy didn't really have a setup for it. I think it was a bit of random luck that Apex happened to find himself in that corner, but he made absolute great use of it.
And nobody, exactly, they were still late checking it as well, so maybe a little bit of nerves being shown here by Fnatic. The fact that they're not checking a very common hold spot like that on the A site, that could actually make things a little scary here for Fnatic. I mean, this too, MPK, MP9 up in apartments, he's going to be able to trade up, take out one. His teammates are still alive on the B side as well. Kenny in position to stop that bomb from getting onto the bomb site. But Flusha in the meantime is taking out MBK, and Flusha with the double kill, bringing it back. He only has the P250 and he's getting work done.
A very, very expensive round for EnVy here, but a grenade lands on Crimson, takes him out. And the bomb is dropped right in front here. Flusha, he's certainly, again, if there's anyone you want left alive here, Flusha definitely be one of them on this Fnatic side. But Apex takes him out. He didn't have any head armor either, so that shot from the M4 is lethal 100% of the time. Third round is coming up here, and I don't know, EnVy, bit of a sloppy round maybe.
I think perhaps they got caught off guard by just how fast Fnatic threw this round out. I mean, how fast Fnatic quickly, executed that pistol, then into the second round, not wasting any time at all. Fnatic are clearly trying to set a very quick pace here at the beginning of this to rattle EnVy and to just keep the pressure rolling.
And look at this here. Pronex is actually outside now, right now with the flashbang. They're going to put 4 people out, so very similar style as to the pistol round. See if they can catch anybody off guard, and that flashbang is going to be everything. Apex not turning away. He's not even flashed by it. Still looking up there, and Kiyoshima helping out. No trouble at all here for EnVy. Great job.
Yeah, this is just a stone wall. Happy's going to get the spray down, and they go for the identical essentially setup as in the pistol, just hoping to be able to get the bomb down, get the little bit of bonus money, get that AWP for JW, for example. Flush has got 4,900, but that's it. JW, he has to go for an AK. There is no sniper rifle, whereas for EnVy now, they have the money. Everything's going smoothly for them. That's probably one of the fastest 3 rounds that we've had to start off of. Happen a long time, Anders.
Yeah, Fnatic not really wanting to mess around too much. They still got a lot out of that second round, and the 1 kill there in the third round also going to help them out just a little bit here. Apex pushing quite aggressively into top middle. He's got to be careful. olofmeister's up there, flashed, and Olof goes down. Nice aggression here from the French side.
And Fnatic, they don't wait at all. They know that there's going to be 3 players focused on mid, so they go exploding out onto the A site, but this time it's Happy. Double kill for him, or he should. Yes, he just barely gets it, and that's going to shatter the Fnatic offensive. They have the man advantage now, EnVy, and they can start whittling them down. These smokes are going to clear pretty soon, and EnVy, they don't need to take any risks by trying to push through.
Flusher and Crims are left here, but so is MBK, Kenny, and Apex on the other team. They're going to try and fall back, and the problem is Apex is already sneaking in there, so he's going to catch them if they actually do make it back there. They've got plenty of time, so if they win the battle against Apex, this might be working out. He's going to be walking into T-spawn, and Flusher actually wins the fight, and that's a big kill from Flusher here. Makes it a double. Even if he's just on 7 health here, it's definitely worth it.
And now they're trying to fake it out. Except that Kenny is still, Kenny's still here over on short, but he can't get eyes into connector. There's no smoke to block him off either. And I mean, NBK's still alive in CT. He spots out Crim, so they know where one player's coming from. It looks like they want to try and go double into apartments perhaps here. They still have the time to make this play, Fnatic. 30 seconds left on this clock.
But the big thing right now is you can tell Envy don't know where the rest of the Fnatic team is. They last time they saw them was in T-spawn, and they've no idea if they've gone back or forth. Only a flashbang here on Crims, which is big. Otherwise, they could smoke off NBK and definitely get the bomb down. Right now, there's a chance that the Frenchman can still get the kill. Flicks, but it's just a little bit off there. NBK, I feel like he should have maybe been able to do that quick enough, or at least fall out of position so you could just wait for Kenny to show up. And look at Kenny charging in here with the AWP. No hesitation. Knows he has to spend a lot of time looking for them. He does have a smoke, though, so if he gets one kill, it's a chance for a smoke defuse.
He doesn't know how low Flush is on HP. He would have his pistol out otherwise. Flusher right around the corner. There it is. Attempt for the jump shot, perhaps. And he's going to go for it. Not going to be able to pull it off, though. And Kenny gets jumped on Flusher. And there we go. Fnatic on the board after some very smart play coming out from Fnatic. Just keeping their cool, not trying to force the situation when they had lost control. Instead, waiting for Envy to walk into them.
And that is the sort of round you can only play from Fnatic's point of view if you actually have that much time left. I think they had like a minute left when they took down Apex and T-spawn. If you only have like 30 seconds, then it's much easier for Envy to figure out what you're going to do.
This is how familiar these teams are with each other. I mean, as soon as they see that push with Apex up top, Fnatic knew exactly what to do to counter that, to take advantage of the CT setup that Envy were running that round. And now, again, Envy, they want to try and keep Fnatic under pressure. They don't want Fnatic to start getting confident after that clutch. They're going to go ahead and try and flash Apex in. And Apex, man, he is really going in there.
Wow, what an angle to be holding here. If he held it another 10 seconds, probably result in a kill. See if someone actually is going to... They don't have a lot of grenades right now on the Envy side, so they might just have to put Apex up there and see if he can win these fights. He's going to win one. A second one, too. That's Flusher and Pronex gone. Great job.
It just seems that every time we see Envy play on Mirage, Apex is the man to shine. In pit, 2 kills for him. Key frags. Kirishima attempts to blow himself up, so that's not pretty. Good thing that Apex got out of there, considering he only has 20 HP. But Fnatic now, it all comes down to a grinding halt. They're down a man. They have to find a pick. And we'll see if Envy decide to go for an aggressive information-seeking play like they did in the last round where Apex got picked off in T-spawn.
Wolfmeister, is he just passed? I'm not sure if Happy saw it. He's got an inkling that someone might be here. And certainly can hear him now. Olaf is going to go down. She's holding Crims and JW being left alive here. And look at the time. This time it's very different. They can't sneak around and try and outplay Fnatic. They've got 25 seconds. If they run into B, it's just going to be about hitting headshots.
Now, well, Envy, all they have to do is put 2 and 2. 2 guys on the B side, 2 guys on the A side. Happy's holding the front line with that AWP, but at least now he has Kenny there to back him up. And over on the A side, Apex and Keo, I mean, this is all going to be a lock, but they hear the steps. 8 seconds left. If somebody dies, exactly. There's just no time left for JW. He's going to back off and hold on to his AWP. This is the only call that he can make as the time ticks down. So he's not going to get any bonus money. That's what happens. That's the risk you run on T side. If you live through the round, you aren't going to get any of the money like the rest of your teammates at the end of it. So he's just sitting on 1,400. But yeah, we're getting the replay now of Apex. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. It just seems like round after round, if he goes to that pit, to T pit like that, he just gets kill after kill there. It's so difficult to get rid of them. 8, 1, and 2 so far for Apex in this.
But also a bit weird that Fnatic couldn't put together more of a sort of a unified hold there, and, you know, try and see if they couldn't both peak at the same time, you know, instead of running in sort of one at a time. But I mean, that is very much Fnatic style of confidence as well. They probably do believe that they can win pretty much every aim fight that they get into with Envy here. And it's not been entirely true so far. Apex is going to try it one more time. It's very, very cool smoke. I absolutely love that.
And Fnatic didn't spot what he was doing last time either, so there was Flusher kind of waiting in an angle that would have caught Apex had he tried to get greedy. But that's just going to be at the end of the story. Fnatic still focusing on mid this time. They have a man already waiting around Delpan. The bomb is there. And there's hoping for Envy. This is just some great patience being displayed here by Envy. And a nice shot by Happy. Quick reactions to pick off Wolfmeister as Wolfmeister went for a little bit of a risky peek to short.
And they must realize that JW still has this AWP left alive, so I kind of appreciate that Envy are playing somewhat safely here. Happy is going to go and check, and the timing is almost unreal. He's going to be jumping up there, and JW goes down just as he's looking the wrong way. So Happy still fairly aggressive here, but you can kind of tell the rest of Envy aren't really trying too hard. Apex will go down. That was Flusher with a nice grenade. But Kirishima doing a fine job over at that A-bomb site. So now Pronex picked up an AWP, not a weapon that we really see him use a lot at all.
If ever, right? NBK just a little bit late, and For like half a split second there, I thought the Pronex had actually landed that shot, but okay, Kenny manages to get it.
You were ready for it?
I was ready for it. I thought you looked really close, but now the tough part here is that EnVy, they get into that double op scenario.
Right, and so just to point out here, I mean, we're still early in the first half, you know, 5-1, we're in the 7th round, but it's 1 kill for JW Pronex and 0 for Olofmeister.
Yeah.
And so right now it's just Flusher and Crims who are doing any work on the Fnatic side, and we've got to say, it's also partially just because EnVy are actually locking them out of this first half right here, which is a great way to play. I mean, if you can shut down Olofmeister in a game against Fnatic, then you're doing something right.
EnVyUs is in a very good spot to deal with this, though. I'm wondering if Fnatic are thinking, well, if Happy's over here with the AWP, maybe we can rush him down with pistols. If it's just against an op, that's a favorable challenge. But the fact that they have NBK here with the AK, this is a great adjustment made by EnVy. He spots the players coming in. He's going to go ahead and mollo the usual spot. He does get traded instantly, though. Great headshot there by JW to shut him down. And the bait on the shot for Happy sets it up for Olofmeister. No James Bond for him. He's on the board.
Hiroshima goes down, no head armor on 3 members for EnVy, and what a huge mistake to make in a round like this where they had the money. I'm actually speechless. It's Apex now left alone. This was a question of head armor exclusively. NBK died to 1 shot, and so did Hiroshima later on. That is almost unforgivable.
Apex as well. He doesn't want to take this fight. He's sitting.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
3 people without head armor.
Fnatic are going to get the double op as well now.
That if this turns into being the turning point, then this is the one round we're going to look back to and say, why on earth did they not have the head armor? They all have almost 7,000 on Hiroshima here, 5,000 on Kenny, 2.5 on Apex. Everyone could have had it.
Everybody could have afforded it. You're right, absolutely. And it's just taking that risk. You're trying to cut corners. And well, now it's a different situation. When you're going up against a round where Fnatic could be ecoing, you're going to get shot in the face. The helmet is going to make the difference for you, but against AKs, AWPs, that helmet is not. So EnVy, it's the glass cannon AWP unhappy, but the rest of them just going on Kevlar so they can have a little bit more money to work with and get some nades.
Yeah, the distances on those guns as well. Oh, well, JW opening kill and Apex with the same push, and JW and Olofmeister, they were just not ready for it. So maybe Fnatic making a couple of mistakes here as well, as Apex is going to fall back into the bomb side and pick up Flusher. He's playing very well, Apex, at the moment. Very mobile and just supreme confidence.
Yeah, to me, he's the key player on EnVy, actually. You know, a lot of talk about Kenny, but for me, Apex with his entry fragging and just, you know, the damage that he does on CT side, he is the linchpin. If he's hitting shots, yeah, 11, 2, and 3. If he's hitting shots, that's when the rest of EnVy seem to just kind of gather behind him and let him lead the charge, carry them to victory. But, you know, speaking of that, Crim's another guy we don't see off too much. That was a fantastic shot onto Kenny. Although Pronax takes a bullet to the face. Luckily for him, it clipped the wall, so he's not dead.
Still here and manages to avoid both the grenades. If they could just force Kiyoshima back, then Crims, you can tell he's ready to receive him. Not really with open arms, with the sniper rifle instead. And it's not really a greeting that Kiyoshima was looking for. Looking for a different shot, and Happy, not sure why he'd want to take that fight. They still need to get the bomb down, so they could have just waited. And that's one of those things where, you know, Happy's aggression like that, it can really backfire. 5-2, and moving on towards the B bomb site here. See if they can get it. 20 seconds left, and NBK is holding in there. He's got the M4A1 as well in a very good position, but Pronax picks him off with 17 health, and that turns it from a 2v4 into a 1 versus 2. Apex has to step it up massively here with a quad kill and a huge clutch.
And he's only got half HP as well. And NBK, I'm really surprised that he would make noise. This is some pressure, this is some tension being shown by EnVy, that he would step like that, obviously, on the B site when he doesn't know where the second man is. Just an uncharacteristic mistake made by a very consistent player. And this is just Crim's round through and through. A quad kill with the AWP. I mean, that is huge. Fnatic desperately needed a round like that to give them some confidence. And now, wow, their money also is just starting to get out of control.
Right, so from EnVy's point of view, they see Pronax and they almost kill him. That was Kiyoshima in Connector. Right after that, they realize that Crims is in window, so that probably gives them indication, all right, there's 1 in window, 1 in Connector. It's probably going to be some sort of a hit. But this move from Happy is ultimate. That's what actually surrenders the round for them. And, you know, NBK making noise is also a really bad thing, but there's no reason for it. Nice spray control from Flusher. And Apex is going to be gone, and EnVy are back to ecoing here. These are some very serious mistakes from EnVy, and they shouldn't be happening.
No, they honestly shouldn't. And so right now, you know, there's always that bravado, that false confidence that you're going into it. You're never going to think that, you know, oh, we're just going to lose this match. But right now, EnVy, I think the cracks are showing. And these teams, as far as the both of them are concerned in the top 4, they're pretty much neck and neck right now as far as the skill is concerned, as far as the level coming into this tournament. Although Envy in the groups did look dominant, Fnatic had to fight a little bit more. I mean, obviously they came from the lower bracket match, but
we've also seen on Fnatic side so far that they've been very bad at controlling top mid. Twice Apex has been allowed to run up and essentially win the round almost by just walking up there. So both teams maybe a little bit cold early in the day, and seeing if they can sort of get themselves ready and mentally into the game here. Certainly, I mean, at this level, any small mistake will cost you a round. And they can't afford to do that here. 5-3 is the scoreline. About 30 seconds left. They've already got the opening frag, and now they're sort of recommitting to this bomb site. A little bit scared of the Deagles, because the Frenchmen are damn good at using them.
And BK, but he's not on this side. He's going to be rotating over. He might actually get caught, but there's always going to be somebody lurking around Murder Hole. Kenny gets, removed from Shadow. Flush is going to take point for this fight in CT. Smoke goes down, though, and NBK just goes running right through it. They do work together, but Kiyoshima misses the point-blank shots on Flusha. Actually, all of them.
Did Happy just hit 2 Deagle headshots consecutively? Or was it not a Deagle?
I'm wondering if we're going to get that, if we have the replay or not.
Yeah, that seemed to happen very quick. So again, I mean, I guess Deagling and Happier have become sort of synonymous after that ridiculous ace that he got over in London. Yeah, look at this. 1, 2, and they're gone. 5-4, moving into the 10th round. Now this game seems to be evening out just a little bit here. Kenny doesn't have the AWP, JW does, and there's a real chance that Fnatic can catch up a lot. Envy's economy is really tested right now, and if they lose a round here, then it's going to cost them a lot, and there's a chance that Fnatic can have the first half they're actually looking for. Yeah, and Fnatic this time, they went for the short smoke, and they were looking for Apex in case Envy were going to try and go for the same trick. This time, Fnatic would have been prepared to shut him down, and it would have made the round that much easier, but Envy are choosing to change up the pace, instead holding very passively on the sides. It's only Kiyoshima who's a little exposed. He's got the angle, but Olofmeister this time is there to open things up. Excellent headshot there onto Kiyoshima, and now the defense is severely weakened. Apex is going to have to do big work here. He starts off strong. Another double kill for Apex. This guy just can't be stopped. He goes in for Olof. They finally get rid of him, but that bought enough time for Kenny to rotate in. Apex is insane. Yeah, this is just an individual performance for the books here. JW faking the bomb once. He really wants to make it a 1v2, and preferably a 1v1. And he's got a little bit of time to try and fight them here, so I don't blame him for trying to do this. And Envy, this time they're playing it smart. They're really waiting. Now he's going to commit to an MBK, takes him down. They heard that first initial click of the bomb, and nobody peeks. They all just stand still. And you can tell JW was hoping that wasn't going to be the case. If they'd gone for it, it's a chance for him to even up the score, and this is just beautiful work. This is hero work, yeah. And he gets the third one as well on Olofmeister, so his teammates are free to rotate in. No fear from them. They just go charging onto that site to support him. I mean, Apex, that is such an incredibly important play for Envy. That puts him up on 14 frags now. I mean, he is just running away with this. Again with the short smoke from Fnatic. They want to keep, this time they want to keep Kenny guessing, because they've spread on. They're playing much more passively, much more of the default approach here from Fnatic, wanting to see if Envy are going to get aggressive elsewhere on the map. But I'm really appreciating the change of pace here from Envy as well. The fact that they kind of throw the aggression in randomly. So they're not being predictable with the aggression, which is clearly what Fnatic are waiting for. Fnatic are waiting to see, Apex, where are you going to come next? No, now they're just changing up that pace and trying to keep Pronax guessing. And it is worth pointing out that these two teams have an incredible amount of sort of intel on each other before the match even starts. They've done so much work to watch each other's demos and figure out how they play. So there's a whole game within the game right now about trying to call and figure out, what do they usually do, and trying to not be predictable. And that's also a big part of why all of this is happening. Olofmeister sneaking all the way into a ladder room and seeing if he can actually get a kill on someone. Apex just out of the angle. And in the meantime, the bomb is over by the A bomb site. So they might try and make a little bit of noise here. If they can get a kill, it might distract the people in A, and then they can try and hit it. But look who's sneaking up close. Gotta be careful. It's Kiyoshima. MBK does go down, and Kiyo, he's actually going to come and look, but he looks the wrong way, and Crims will take him out. And this is a fantastic start here. Is it going to be down to Apex? He does get licked by Olofmeister and is down to 14 health. It's not looking good in this round for Envy. Yeah, and Kenny's already been tagged down as well, and now he has to worry about somebody going for the flank. They don't know. Olofmeister's so smart to just take that shot and back off, because now Kenny has to worry about him being at the back. I mean, they did hear the op afterwards, but there was that moment of hesitation where is Olofmeister? Is he trying to backstab or not? Envy, though, they really don't have their legs under them yet as far as the economy is concerned, so they have to back off and try and save the guns. And I'm glad to see that Pronax is already spreading out, that Fnatic are already spreading out to try and hunt. They should be willing to give up a couple of AKs, because it's really worth it to them to get these guns off of Envy. Yeah, I absolutely agree. They don't have a lot of money, so they can't throw everything at it, but they can afford to lose a single AK, and maybe especially on Pronax here. Oh, but oloFmeister gives up the AWP. There's a spray from Pronax. He takes down one. The last two are very, very low on health, but are they going to be found? I don't think they will.
Why does Apex go for that second peek there? Like,
yeah, it's dangerous, isn't it?
That's the thing. You peek towards window. If the guy's on the site and you hear steps, okay, you might have to take the fight and try and catch him off guard. But if the guy's holding window and kills you, then you just saved your gun for nothing.
Okay, so 2 rounds now. One where oloFmeister sneaks into connector with an AK. This time he's in the window with an AWP. That is a signal that there is a certain lack of mid-control here for Envy, and they've got to be careful about that. Whenever they go aggressive and have an AWP, that seems to be doing pretty well, but otherwise they fall back too far, and Fnatic take full advantage. That's very, very important to keep an eye on here. This time you can tell they've got a lot more presence here in middle.
Yeah, and you already see that here as well. 2 guys in connector this time. Apex is there to back his man, and now Kiyoshima. Can he see over that smoke into underpass? It looked a little tricky. He looked like he wanted to see if he could actually get close enough.
Yeah, might just be jumping a bit inside it, trying to see if he can look over it. NBK taking a bit of a jump and actually taking a bit of damage there as well. It's a jump that NBK before the patch with the hitboxes was so happy to do, and now it's a little bit more dangerous. You can very easily get shut down by making that jump now.
That is a flawless smoke. There we go. Flash over from Keo. Not sure if he spotted oloFmeister. oloFmeister is still hanging around in mid. But Fnatic now with 45 seconds left on this clock. It's time to go hunting for some frags. oloF misses the shot. Kiyoshima with the excellent punish. The leg stop. No scope. And oloFmeister nearly takes him out. Way too close. oloFmeister starting to wake up after that cold start.
That was nuts that he hit that shot, but it does work out. Now they're going to be pushing the B-bomb site. There is a bit of a stack here. 2 people, and they go down simultaneously. It's Kiyoshima and Kenny now left. There is like a sense of madness to the idea that oloF is pushing middle alone with the AWP. There's nobody there to back him up. There's no chance. Oh, okay. Fadeaway shot through the board there, taking down Kiyoshima and Kenny. AWP is not going to be saving it. JW doing some good cleanup work here. That's going to tie the score at 6-6. And Fnatic, they are coming hard back into this first round.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, now this is a perfectly acceptable scoreline for Fnatic. Envy, when they were keeping him, I mean, obviously when they got off to that good start 5-1, that's exactly how they want it, because then Fnatic are having a battle to get rounds on the board, and maybe they get up to 4 or 5. 5 is pretty much where Envy want to draw the line and say, that's it. 5 rounds, you're only going to have 5 going into CT side. Fnatic, though, now they've crossed it.
Well, look at the symmetry here. I mean, yeah, you're right, 5-1, and essentially Fnatic have then in return made it 5-1 for them, so it's going to tie it up. Stack at the B-bomb site, and Fnatic are charging right into it. This is what Envy want. Now, can they actually capitalize on it? They've got a couple of pistols here, including that Deagle on Apex and a C-set on Kenny, and opening up this Apex and Kiyoshima. Finally, a bit of a reply here for the Swedish side, and Happy gonna be alone, sneaking in on catwalk, but he should be found. There it is, oloFmeister picking it up. So a bit of a scare, actually. It's really dangerous, but you see how Fnatic are so determined in these rounds to say, we're not gonna play a slow game. And I'm wondering if they've seen enough Deagle action from Envy to know that if you creep around corners and try and play it safely, they're probably gonna blow your face off.
Yeah, Happy. I mean, he's already demonstrated that over on the A site. That was probably a little bit of a wake-up call there for Fnatic. You know, 2 one-click headshots from Happy. I mean, that's solid work. Now, well, 5 rifles for Envy, but very limited on the nades. Again, skimping on the helmets, and no kits either. So Envy, they cannot afford to make a mistake in this round. If Fnatic do get that bomb plant, it's not going to go well for them. They're going to be very limited on time. So now it comes down to, again, mid-control. Apex not pushing super aggressive up the top, but there are 3 players there for Envy right now. So rotating onto this A site, and they're going to have to be there very quick if they want to keep Happy alive. He's going to get spotted, and the entry shot there from JW is exactly what Fnatic needed. Perfect situation now for the Swedes.
Yeah, and when they get there from the middle, all the smokes are going to be up, and they have Molotovs as well to buy time here. Fnatic are in a genius position, but Kiyoshima will take down Pronax. That is a big kill, and because JW is low, this can actually still turn around, but they need some quick frags to get back into this gap at the edge of the smoke, and Apex doesn't realize. He actually probably assumes that that's a full block and runs right into the shot. NBK and Kenny are still left for a moment here. Kenny very low on health. He does get a kill, but oloF picks up a second in the round, and NBK trying to charge in here and still not being tagged. He's looking for the opening, trying to see if he can get the shot on oloF or JW, and that would be a 1-click on JW, who's very low on health, but NBK looks the wrong way, and that is going to be Fnatic picking up one more round. 8-6. Where they're getting it from, but they are pulling it back right now.
Yeah, though, like, I don't think that Happy can go down in that situation. I think that needs to be 100% kill that he needs to trade, really. He needs to get that kill on JW. There was a second man there backing up JW, so it should go 1-1 and then back to Fnatic when they manage to, you know, kill off Happy. But the fact that Happy does not get that initial kill on JW, that's where it falls apart, and that's where you have to be a little bit worried because he's usually so consistent with those kinds of kills.
Well, I'll mention that round in a second here. Crims is going to be going down. Nice double push from Apex. And Kiyoshima trying to see if they can trade effectively there. And they don't have a lot of weapons, so, you know, giving up a rifle but then taking away Crim's AK, considering the wrist pistols, it might be worth it. And Kenny sneaking around the back here. Really good job, but JW catches him. Still good effort. That's a C set again for an AK. It's still a pretty good trade.
And Keo manages to sneak into pit to pick up that AK, so we'll see if he can actually pass that off to a teammate. But already Pronax infiltrating the back line. Happy should be aware of this, and he is taking his time around Murder Hole, making sure that he's actually not going to just walk into a headshot, as you guys can see. That's a question of who actually makes the mistake first. Kiyoshima still lurking around pit. Fnatic taking their time with it. They need to double up in pit, though. I don't think that they want to leave the bomb carrier alone. No reason to come out of apartments when Pronax is already in position in jungle.
And this is going to be very tough for Kiyoshima. JW and Olaf, one of them is probably going to get the kill on him, and that will give up the bomb site. So they've got to really be careful. Walking right in there, and he almost takes down JW. Happy, though, sneak on his side. They probably won't realize, because they got Pronax in the window. No reason to suspect that Happy would be in once Kiyoshima's gone down. Very sneaky play. Bomb carrier drops, 20 seconds left, and Happy's got to buy time and wait for backup to come in here. See if he can get a couple of shots in here. It's right now 2 versus 1. Happy goes down, and MPK hiding in CT spawn. Grenade falls in, misses the shot once. MPK's getting a little bit closer here, but gets the headshot on Pronax, and now it's a 1 versus 1. He jumps, he takes down Olofmeister. What a way to clutch the last round with nothing more than a pistol, and that's going to make it 7-8, and it's a huge round here for EnVy. Very important one.
And just watching the replay now, I mean, only NBK, but he's had such a slow start in this half that, you know, it is time for NBK to start coming up with the big plays, the big rounds like this, because it's not often that he's at the bottom of the scoreboard like this, not even into double digits at the end of the half. He's usually the most consistent player on EnVy, where he will always give you, you know, that mid-teens kind of performance, and sometimes he blows up, but NBK is usually your anchor.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's lagging behind right now, that's a bit of an indication, again, that, you know, not everything is as it should be for the Frenchman. I mean, 8 rounds for Fnatic also is a pretty big tell.
Yeah, and it's a big comeback after that 5-1 lead for the CT side. Now, just to throw back to that one round where Happy's in the A-bomb side, they've got 3 people in middle for EnVy. He goes down, but here's what's really odd. Normally when you put 3 people in the middle, you do it to try and have maybe 1 guy window and 2 people pushing top mid to try and catch anyone, like EnVy have done a couple of rounds. But actually they were just hanging out in the middle, sort of. They weren't really doing anything, so they had no way of knowing if Fnatic were at top mid or if they were all stacked outside A. They had no information, and if you put 3 people in there, you at least want the information about where the enemy team is. Because once you push top mid, if you don't find anyone there, you'll immediately rotate back to Happy's position to try and help him up. That will be an instant tell that either they're stacked outside B, which is not so much of a problem because you already got a man there and he can probably hold on for a little while with smokes and flashbangs and molotovs. But if they rush A, you know you're in a lot of trouble. So the fact that they never got the information meant, I mean, even if Happy had got a kill in there, it would have still been a very tough round because they were just waiting for too long. I'm not sure what the holdup was in the middle for EnVy in that round. But either way, 8-7, all things considered, is, you know, considering the quality of the team, this is a pretty open game still.
Yeah, because EnVy are also, you know, their CT side right now, it isn't the best. They know it, and they're going into this thinking, well, it's all on the T side. We need to win the pistol. We need to break Fnatic's economy early, and that's the key point here for EnVy. Their eco control of their opponents is the fact that they're constantly able to make sure that the CTs in front of them don't have everything they need to stop them from getting onto that bomb site.
Which also, by the way, means that if Fnatic can withstand the pressure early on, if they actually survive through all those rounds that EnVy put on the pressure in, well, then this game could also be over a little bit quicker, or at least the map could be than we might think. It's going to be an A hit here, split through apartments and through sloping towards the A-bomb site. Flusher not hitting anybody mid-air. Crims with a couple of opportunities here, but now the Glock train is closing in, and JW does help out, but Crims is going to go down, and so is JW. And now bomb is down, and they've got a lot of control.
And the push into CT is effective as well. Flash is going to go through, though, and that's perfectly timed. Both Fnatic members full flashed, and that's all the info that Kiyoshima needs. They can back off. They know where 2 of these players are. Instead, they want to try and take the fight with Olofmeister, but they're getting split up. They're getting diverted. Olofmeister, he's still alive. Happy finally gets rid of him, but it's too late. Pronax got the 1 kill onto Happy, and Kiyoshima's about to get dunked on with the nade, down to 14. Pronax just guarding that bomb defuse, and there is not a chance for EnVy. How does Olofmeister stay alive so long?
Yeah, I don't know. That I think you're right, though. It was really, really good information from Kiyoshima. I'm glad he didn't continue to take the fight, but then it seemed like they lost a bit of focus as a team afterwards and things got out of control. I must say this, though. That had me really scared. Pronax was peeking and taking the fight. He had the kit at the end of that 2v1. If he dies and the kit drops on the wrong side of the boxes, suddenly there's actually a chance that Kiyoshima could stay alive and wait, because Flusher wasn't even defusing the bomb. That was a kind of a risky moment, but it works out, and it's going to be 9-7 here. Small lead for Fnatic. And this is the pressure you're talking about. Envy just buying immediately.
Yeah, exactly. They don't even hesitate. They get that bomb plant. They're like, great, we can afford a few nades with these Tech 9s. And they're just going to go running right through. Apex actually right through the smoke. Olofmeister kind of backing off. He's going to get up into ladder room, try and get some presence going in window. He doesn't want there to be too much control here. Flusha boosted up on Toll Booth. He's going to pick up the wall bang onto Kenny as well. And Olaf spots Kiyoshima in jungle. This is actually falling apart now for Envy. A little bit of a happy nade going in there. But JW finds a return frag, and Apex is going to be just doing the best that he can here in a 1-on-4. It's definitely not looking good.
Wow.
We talk about how they need to, when you know Envy are going to go for that kind of force buy, that you need to hold, long angles, not hold up close. I mean, Fnatic, they know exactly how to counter that kind of rush in this scenario.
And just to contrast, for any new players out there or new watchers out there on the stream, which are already hoping there are a lot of you who are new to the game and are enjoying it. Envy, when you get the bomb plant in that first round, most other teams would save a round, and then in this round, which we're in right now, where they have just pistols and no armor, you have AK and armor, right? That bomb plant gives you the economy to do that, but Envy, they are a team that's known for trying to cut a couple of corners, and against a lot of teams, it actually does work. But now they're in a bit of a tricky position.
This is the matchmaking strat. Like, okay, they managed to get a kill. Now Fnatic are going to be feeling a little pressure. There's all 4 players here gathered up for Envy. And I mean, this is like an old mouse strat. Put the guy with the bomb up in the apartments and hope that Fnatic make the mistake of rotating off early from the A site. The one part is you just took like 100 damage worth of nade, of shrapnel to the face.
Handheld nuclear device in the hands of Pronax, and well, Crim's not going to buy that thing. He's played matchmaking too, Semler. 2 health left on him, and he does it. He actually shoots Happy's corpse. That is hilarious.
And why we find that funny, Happy does that all the time, and some players that actually tilts them. They're like, why does he do that? That's really rude. It's really disrespectful. So Crim's just like, hey, bro. How's it feel to get wrecked?
Well, it's going to be 11-7 Fnatic with a 4-round lead. And Envy back on AKs, and this is a crucial round. It's not going to be their last chance here in the first map, but we're getting close. They need to start putting some more rounds on the board and stop that Fnatic economy from growing, because it is, at least on a couple of players, pretty good. 7,300 on Olaf, and Pronax at almost 6,000.
Yeah, I mean, Fnatic are going to start breathing a little bit more here, I think. 11-7 is still close enough for Envy to catch up, but Fnatic now have the momentum going their way. Although, as I say that, NBK finds a key frag on Pronax in window. Flusha tries to bring it back, but that's not going to be quite cutting it. And that means that there's only JW over on the B site. Another kill goes out. Olofmeister up close to pit, gets picked off. 2-man advantage now for Envy when they have everything they need. JW, though, he's on the perfect backstab. Doesn't spot anybody in connector, though, and he could just take a bullet to the back of the head.
Yeah, he's got to be really careful here. Hiroshima going to take him down. I don't know. As soon as they were in that 3v5, I'm not sure why Fnatic wanted to keep pushing as hard as they were there. Maybe if you get a free kill somewhere, but they were playing like they wanted to try and retake that. Flusher, though, kind of where he spawned, just waiting, hoping that no one's going to come and find him.
Flusher, go home. I mean, he just went back home, right, Anders?
He's ready to drive that APC out of there. I mean, right now...
He's like, who had the keys?
Indian has like a machine gun on top, you know. You'd think they'd be able to just figure out and drive it onto the bomb site, you know.
Right? I mean, why all this?
Yeah, exactly. Why all this?
Why play CS at all?
8-11, and the 20th round is coming up, and because of the bank on Olaf here and the bank on Pronax, 8 and 7,000 on each, they're just able to put together a buy here, but it is getting really close. And if that CT side economy breaks, I mean, that's what Envy's terror side is all about. Keep putting it on, never allow them to get any good buys in, and then, you know, claw their way back in.
This is the make or break moment, and You know, you feel like you're asking a lot of him, but Apex also needs to keep up that same kind of level that he had on the CT side. Now it's going to be so important that he hits those entry frags going onto the bomb sites here on the T side, and you can see him leading the way. They managed to collapse onto mid, so EnVy makes sure that they have full control here. And they are, again, it looks like hunting for the man holding in ladder room. This time, though, they've changed it up. It's olofmeister who just goes and straight up sprays MBK down, gets the double kill as well. No, Kenny darts out of the way, and then Dunks banks the nade up onto Olof. But it brings it back to a 4-on-4 now, and this is where it gets a little tricky for Fnatic. They need to make the right call.
I think it might have been the most perfect time to use the word dunk there, because I think it actually did bounce onto olofmeister. That's ridiculous. We're going to be back at a 4v4 here, and Apex goes down. Flusher waiting in CT spawn, and kioShiBa almost making the same mistake. You could tell he really wanted to get in there. JW is going to snipe him all the way from catwalk, and now it will be down to a 2 versus 4. Happy and Kenny are left, trying to see if they could at least get this bomb down. It doesn't seem like a winnable round. Grenade rains in, and it doesn't even take out Crims. He's very low on health in that back corner. How could they possibly get this bomb down? They know as soon as they try, well, they're just going to get shot through the smoke. Happy spraying once and hitting Crims as well. Now back into a 1 versus 2. Surely not. Surely not. He's got 15 seconds, and he's going to try and fake it. See if Flusher's going to bite. He does walk in, and Happy almost takes him out. Nearly clutching a 1v4.
Ridiculous. But one step ahead as well, Fnatic. They already had JW rotating into CT. So if Flusha goes for that peek, Flusha actually, you can think that he should be waiting to hear the bomb before he actually peeks, but he throws himself in there to take the fight with Happy because he knows that they've already got the mind game going on him, that JW is going to be right behind him. Happy's going to expect JW to be playing from jungle or even connector. So, I mean, Fnatic, man, they're so tricky, so sneaky.
12-8, and the lead for Fnatic extends just a little bit more here. Happy gonna go down, and olofmeister, he was actually the one who got killed a couple of times for that mid push, so he's realizing that's a bit annoying. I'm gonna try that myself. Flusher picking up 3 players in a row and looking for more, almost hitting kioShiBa right through the smoke. What a performance here. This is a full buy round, and Flusher's gonna get that quad kill, taking no points of damage here. 13-8. That's the Flusher that we all know.
Yeah, that's him. I mean, one of the most consistent players, if not the most consistent player across all majors.
He is dropping 24 kills in 21 rounds. That's ridiculous. Still got a KD of 2 right now. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah. Man's the beast. And olofmeister's woken up as well. I mean, olofmeister was almost rocking a James Bond. Now he's up to 17 kills.
We see Khan in the street hanging out, having a good time.
Yeah, man. Look at that monster.
Exactly.
This is a very good time for a pause, though. I mean, it's actually just on the edge of getting completely out of control. If EnVy could come up with some magical play here to keep Fnatic from getting onto 14 rounds, that would be amazing. But really, right now, I mean, it's just going over the brink here, where EnVy, they're almost going to have to like pack up the first map and go into Cobble.
I mean, right now, it's just the rest of the team trying to convince Happy not to force up and buy. You know, everyone's like, no, don't do it, don't do it. And Happy's like, no.
I lost my precious. Like, he's got his buy script, right? He's like, ah.
I can do it. Well, he's got a little bit more money than everybody else, but still, I think it would be utter madness to try and force up in a round like this from EnVy's point of view. I would say they've truly lost their minds if that's going to be the case. 14 rounds is definitely bad if Fnatic get to it, and right now I'd say there's a decent chance that they will, but it's not as bad as risking the whole first map on having pistol armor on the T side of Mirage. And it's so easy for Fnatic to force situations where they're going to have long-range fights. I think the only chance if you go for a pistol force-up to win is to try and go for like a crazy B rush. I think like you have to hope you hit that first headshot on whoever is in B and then just train on through. I don't see otherwise how it's going to work out. And you said, oh my God, Samler, it's because they are actually going for it. What the hell is EnVy thinking?
No way. Oh, no, okay, it's just Apex. Apex went for the full buy. Maybe there was some miscommunication there because the rest of them, they're going to stabilize their money around the 1800 mark.
But you can't do a tactical timeout and have miscommunication, can you?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe you can. Maybe it's possible. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Maybe secretly Apex has been spending a couple of 100 hours on deathmatch with the Deagle, and he's going to show us what that's all about. Either way, I very much question this approach here from EnVy. We're going to have to see if it works. This would be a huge upset if it actually does. Apex downed already, did not have head armor, so one click there or one spray from Olofmeister, and he is going to be gone. Falling back onto Catwalk, and Flusher picking off MBK. Not looking good for a beginning here, but hiding in ladder room, there is still an EnVy player, and that's Happy charging out with the Tech 9 and picking up one kill and the rifle.
If they could have picked up JW there was actually a chance for EnVy to make something magical happen. But instead it's Happy getting caught. He gets spotted. He does take out Flusher, but Crims is there to double up, make sure that refrag goes Fnatic's way. And so far, Fnatic, they're perfectly fine with how things have been going. They just need to keep these 3 players alive, and they'll be safe as far as the money is concerned. It comes down to whether Kiyoshima can sneak his way out. JW just needs to miss the shot. That's like Kiyoshima needs to shoulder peek, or he needs to be watching, or he just needs to take the shot and miss it, or go for something completely different. Now Kiyoshima can actually get out here possibly. Get a bomb plant, but it's not going to happen. A little bit too slow there on the uptake.
Tiny bit. That's going to leave it at 14-8, and here comes the big problem. They really don't. They have enough money on for 4 people. It's not going to be a lot of utility, but it'll work. Apex, though, I mean, he's going to have just a little bit less than... I don't know.
Apex is one of those just like Shrek 9 players, though, man. Like he gets you and he wrecks you. Like you're not gonna stop him. So, I mean, maybe this is what was going on through their heads. It's like Apex is like, well, I'll just buy Tech 9 next round, take point on the push, and lead the way, and it's not gonna be a problem.
But it also leaves them in a position, Kenny with Galil instead of something else. Oh, I'm not sure.
And Fnatic going for the push in underpass right now. This is in response to EnVy. They keep doing that 2 through underpass, 2 through top mid. Fnatic wanted to see if they can maybe change up on that, but now JW is going to be the one taking a shot into pit, going to miss it initially. They are managing to make some way in here, and there it is. Kiyoshima, he catches that angle on JW. Crims has been smoked off effectively as well, so they aren't even worrying about him. They get the bomb plan, EnVy.
I don't think they even know that he's here. This could be the turnaround, and they're going to need it. They need a huge upset from Crims. Otherwise, this isn't going to work out. Olofmeister going back to check. He realized someone might be behind. He's going to jump in the middle. Crims takes down one. Olofmeister with the kill on Happy. It's now turning around. It's a 3 versus 3, and this could easily be the round. Spraying through his Crims, and on the other side, NBK putting out just a little bit here. Kenny holding in the back line. Crims gets the shot through. Olofmeister takes down one more. That's going to be the round. 15-8, and Fnatic, they bring it back here. What a turnaround. It's going to be a huge loss here for EnVy, and I don't know, they got in and got the bomb site, but it wasn't enough.
We're losing, like, EnVy are just playing scared at this point. They're sitting in angles. They aren't challenging like they usually do. You don't want to just be holding that angle, because Fnatic will come around those corners so quickly. If you hesitate for even a second, you're dead. That's it. You're done. There it is. Kenny, he's just finally lighting it up a little bit, but the damage is done now. Fnatic, they get the match point or map point or overtime. Sorry, I mean, these frags coming in and kind of messing with my head. I mean, EnVy right now, it's like the last gasp.
I mean, they are charging the middle here, and with the opening from Kenny, the follow-up shot as well, it's looking very good for in this round. Crims, last man left. Don't see him clutching this particular round. And Fnatic, they don't have a big back on Crims, but pretty much everyone else is looking a little bit stale. So the fact is, we're going to need 7 straight rounds on EnVy to bring it into overtime. That's the only way out. That would be exciting if it turns out to be happening, but that is another consequence of the continuous force up and pressure, is that they can't get that up on Kenny very much.
No. And
he's just shown us what he can do with it.
Yeah, I know, exactly. And it's exactly right. Going for these force buys, Kenny is almost like an afterthought. It kind of sounds familiar. There's another team that does that. Who are they? Oh, yes, Na'Vi with Guardian. I mean, these are 2 of the best operas in the world, and that's where there's a conflict of interest, or a conflict of strategy, basically, for EnVy, where it's like they want to go aggressive, they want to force, and they want to keep the pressure up on Fnatic's economy, but then that means that Kenny only really gets the AWP when EnVy are already in the lead. So he's not that key linchpin. That's why Apex is actually more important for EnVy than Kenny is, because he is the one actually, he does the work with the Tech 9 and the rifle. That's perfect for EnVy. The op just doesn't really slot in. Right, JW drops the bomb carry Kiyoshima. He does get spotted though, and he will get caught by Kenny. Great trade frag there for EnVy. This still favors them, this situation.
What a shame that Flusher and Olof couldn't get into Connector and Catwalk quick enough, because otherwise they could have been there to back up JW, but they were just exactly 2 seconds late, and that ended up getting him killed. So a good trade here favoring the EnVy team, and if Fnatic lose this round, they're probably going to be ecoing, and we could be going from, 9-15 up to 11-15, and then things are actually looking a bit more manageable. This is definitely not quite over yet, although Pronax getting that kill and Happy is going to make everything just a little bit more tricky.
Yeah, and they're very close here. Olofmeister's going to be able to be in position to stop this push up on short. He's going to hear NBK stepping. There you go. NBK starts walking just a second too late. Olofmeister with the free kill. Flusha takes out Apex, and it's going to be Kenny, last man alive here in a 1v3, but this man is capable of anything. Picks the first man, but he looks away from Pronax. And the bomb is not planted. 40 seconds left, and he doesn't have a target to work with right now, Kenny. He's desperately hunting for a sweep to take down, but Pronax now gets behind bench. They're so close on it. Olaf hits the headshot as he comes back around the corner, and it's a 16-9 start for Fnatic. They pick up the first map in this best of 3. Potentially the most competitive quarterfinal we're going to have all day long, and Fnatic just won the key map.
Yeah, absolutely huge performance here. I mean, great start for Envy. They really did a good job, but at the end of it, once Fnatic really took over in the first half, they just never let go. 16-9, some really good comebacks. I would also say a sort of above average amount of mistakes made by both teams on this map, which is a little bit interesting. I mean, you got to wonder if that's because they're focusing so hard on sort of trying to counter each other that some of the basic stuff almost sort of slips out a little bit here. There is a lot of pressure riding on both teams at the moment.
Well, I wonder about Envy as well. They have had this tendency in the past to lose that first map, to look a little weaker on the first map, and this has cost them sometimes in group stages, but it's also made their lives a little bit harder in the best of 3s. So I'm not giving up on Envy yet. I still think that they can come back swinging on the second map once they've managed to have a little bit of time to calm down, maybe get some coffee, find a slice of baguette somewhere, and they'll be feeling better.
I absolutely have to agree. It's going to be coming up after a quick commercial break, so stay with us and we'll be right back.